Rick Steiner banned from WrestleCon over transphobic comments yelled at Giselle Shaw, who was a transgender wrestler currently signed to Impact. Shaw tweeted the accusation against Steiner, who she says repeatedly accosted her at WrestleCon on Friday, calling her a dude, a filth, a piece of trash, and told her to get the F away from here. Shaw also says that Steiner referred to another Impact talent by using an unidentified slur. WrestleCon has responded by banning Rick from all future events. Rick Steiner, he's not a bully, is he?
Well, this is what they said. And it doesn't really sound like Rick so much as it sounds like Scott. Because they don't give a shit. They don't care. Now, Rick, I would think he would care more because he's a teacher in Georgia. And I'm sure that his school district knows about this now, if he's even still with them. And it doesn't matter your views on transgender people. I don't think Rick should have made a scene because it's going to prove embarrassing to him too. And that Giselle Shaw is her name. And I mean, I have a lot of confusion about the transgender issue anyway. But as far as going out and publicly, cussing them out, I would never even think about doing something like that. I mean, but yeah, I wish it hadn't have happened. And I mean, that embarrasses Rick, his family, and Giselle Shaw. Let people be who they are, whether you agree with it or not. Nothing you can do about it. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. Anyway.
Well, the thing is, Rick's not daft, is he? I mean, he must know that, how sensitive all this transgender stuff is these days. He must know that if he's going to be yelling something over a packed floor at a convention, that it's going to get out. And it may, negatively impact his career away from wrestling. So, I mean, I don't understand sort of what came over him there. But I think Chris Jericho was like on Twitter or wherever was having a go at Rick, saying, "Dude, you were bullying me," and that kind of thing, and blah 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 blah. But I mean, the Steiners haven't got the best reputation as far as like being as kind to their fellow person, I suppose.
No, they've always done it. Always kind of got by with it. And the reason being is because if you wanted to make an issue of it, they just beat the shit out of it. And they could do it. Now, I'm reading Jericho's comments, and Jericho says, "Hey, you bullied me when I started, but now, you're not going to bully me now. I'm happy to sit down and talk it over with you." That's Chris Jericho talking from 1,000 miles away. Now, I don't know if he wants to get Rick or Scott fired up, even at, I don't know how old they are, but I guess they're just a little bit older than Jericho. But, I mean, they used to do all kind of crazy stuff, and they let it go by because, no, they didn't really have a dressing room leader when I was in WCW. It was just, of course, you had Ric Flair. Boy, he's a great leader. Yeah, he sets good examples. But if the Steiners didn't like you, they could make your existence in the company, in the dressing room, on the road. They could make it very uncomfortable. And a few guys, I think they did. I'm not sure. I always got along with them. Scott and Rick, I always had respect for them. They had respect for me. But see, I do this on purpose. I go in there and I make people like me. I'm funny. I make them laugh. Nothing about me that make anybody feel uncomfortable, except I look like a gorilla sometimes. But that's only, you just got to love animals is what you got to do. But it is what it is. I wish it hadn't happened, but it did. And Rick got a lot of adverse publicity for it. So we'll go from here with it.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to affect Bron Breaker's career at all with WWE or not?
I don't think so. See, why would it? This is something I don't understand too. Okay, he is. What's his name? Bron Breaker.
Yeah, he's Bronson Rex Steiner. Just called Bronson.
Okay. What purpose would be served by taking it out on him? Nothing. They have trained this boy to be. I mean, he may have stopped some Rick Steiner appearances. I mean, Rick may have stopped his own appearances on WWE. And that will last about a year, I would think. And then all of a sudden, they'll bring you back in. They brought Ric Flair back. I don't, but I don't think that I think the kid is too talented, Bron Breaker, for him to be punished for something his father did.
I also want to mention, just very briefly, I didn't realize that you booked Rick Steiner in Puerto Rico, like around 2002 or something, when you were with the IWA and Victor Quinones.
Yeah, I did. He was fine. Hey, listen. When they leave the dressing room, that's not my carnival, and they're not my monkeys. They can do what they want to do.